Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones setup for today. So negative data, we crash, and then Microsoft and Google results come out, and we climb. Not as clear as what happened on the S&P, but obviously the S&P is very tech focused, so all the tech stocks would have bounced off Microsoft's results yesterday, as well as Google. So for me, on the Dow Jones, we are below all the moving averages. We have a rollover here of the oscillators, and we do have a inside bar, not quite off structure, but there's probably some obscure little level which it bounced off, so take it with a pinch of salt. And from a weekly perspective, it's just another weekly range bar. We've had two. We had one range bar last week, another one now. The important thing here is that the oscillators on the weekly are separating. So this was a strong move up, and as far as I'm concerned, this is just a pullback in a bull trend. We've broken the channel that we had, and we've come back and we've hit the channel target, which is where the channel starts. It's basically down here. So that is roughly, what's that, 37,210. So 37,210 is roughly where that channel target is, and that's what we've hit. So when we start heading through the time frames that we want to be trading off, first things on the 3-hour, we had a bullish crossover in the beginning of the week on these moving averages. Now we've got a bearish crossover and we're below them. So I definitely don't just want to be chasing longs on the 3-hour just yet. But the oscillators have eased off quite nicely. There is structure here, which I think is very important to pay attention to. I'll put that zone in, and you can see we've closed above it, and we're just hovering above it. I don't like the way the moving averages are sitting at the moment, because see how they're pointing down, they've crossed over again. This is all indicating that there's another leg down, but the oscillators are saying possibly not. We're getting a crossover here, we're starting to roll to the upside. So take the 3-hour and the 8-hour with a big pinch of salt. There's lots of confusion there, and look at it from the hourly perspective. So from the hourly perspective, it was quite a big move to downside based on data, and then a small move based on earnings. So the good thing here is this gap is closed. See the weekly gap that we had open at the beginning of the week, that is now closed, and now we either need to build a base for a move to the upside, or we are going to reject this area for a move to the downside. And I don't trust the moving average. Has been flat like this and crossed over. That is a bearish cross. So nothing to read into that, to be honest. And 15 minutes. Yesterday, I didn't really pay attention to this yesterday. That's when I saw this chaos. I wasn't really interested in it. But anyway, look there's a pin bar. So we broke below, then a 1-bar pin bar to come and test this break at 38,377. And there was another one, that's an inside bar there off this break. But it's all like 1 or 2 bars. That's something that I like trading. I like to see 3-4 bars move past, then come back. So anyway, there were 2 opportunities here. Nothing else. There were 2 opportunities for a short just before the European Open. Let's get a time here. 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so European Open was here. 45. That's 8. Yeah, so that European Open was around here, drifted sideways, and then big acceleration down, a little bit of pullback, and then an even bigger move to the downside. So there definitely was a short on offer there. You'd have to just be watching it like a hawk. Now, at the moment, look at the moving averages here on the 15 minutes. So I'm a little bit skeptical about jumping in on this at the moment. Can go either way, and just looking at what's happening on the Dow and the the S&P 500 and the DAX, they're all setting up for moves to the upside. So I don't trust a short on this at all, even though everything is leaning towards shorts. I just don't trust that setup right now. I think for me this is a leave it alone type scenario. Rather go look at the S&P 500. There's tech heavy. There's a positive wave in the tech stocks at the moment based on what happened last night. So I would expect that to follow through a little bit today. So that to me would be a much better bet than trying to jump in here on the Dow. Everything, moving averages being flat like this, it's just, I'd be very, very skeptical about taking a long anywhere or even taking a short, to be honest. I'm not too keen on either. And it just, especially when you have these big moves down, big moves up, that's just a sign of confusion. So it could continue with a big move up or it could continue with a big move down. 50-50, toss a coin and hope for the best type thing. So that's kind of my view for today, is just leave us alone, come back on Monday. There's a couple of big tech stocks still to happen next week as well. So focus for me is going to be S&P 500, I think, and the DAX. Those are the two that I think I want to focus on. Don't want to be fiddling here. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you on Monday morning. Cheers for now.